We are here because we are united behind a broader common vision of achieving an Africa that is economically integrated, inclusive, and buzzing with opportunities for jobs, enterprise, free enterprise, innovation, and shared prosperity for all. But more specifically, we are here because we see our handheld mobile device as the one tool that can make possible and meaningful the push to create the world's largest single market right here in Africa, and as a necessity to building the prosperous Africa we want. Africa has witnessed a remarkable digital revolution in recent years, particularly in the financial sector. Mobile money, a service that allows people to transfer money and market payments using their mobile phones, has become a significant part of daily life for millions of Africans. I'm sure over the course of this all-day event, you will hear several statistics on the growing influence of mobile money in how business is transacted in Africa. But let me mention just a couple to set the tone. If I may, Africa represents close to 70% of global money transaction values. In 2021, 50% of adults in sub-Saharan Africa made or received a digital payment, up from 34% in 2017. The average annual volume of transactions has increased by 47% since 2018, and the average value by 39%. As of 2023, over 500 million consumers in Africa registered for mobile money. And the value of mobile money transactions, according to one set of data, there are several, has risen from $337 billion in 2018 to $1.2 trillion in 2022. And for a continent where majority of our people earn their daily wage through micro, small, and medium enterprises, what is absolutely and undeniably clear to us is that the future of Africa is being more and more defined by the freedom of inclusion, the abundance of opportunities, and the ladder to prosperity which digital economy provides. We in Ghana appreciate the value that interoperability has brought to both our social and economic lives since our government took that significant policy step a few years ago. And that experience is shared in several countries across Africa. There's a market of 1.4 billion or so consumers out there in our 55 nation states. Imagine what it will mean for a young Ghanaian tailor whose clothes on Instagram can be bought by consumers in Zimbabwe using Zimbabwean dollars, not US dollars, from their Econet mobile wallet, and this tailor in Tamale receiving payment in cedis. The technology to make that happen is before us. What is required is the will to make it happen. Currently, numerous mobile operators and financial institutions operate in silos, creating an environment of limited interoperability that constrains the continent's economic potential. Key stakeholders, including mobile network operators, MTN, Orange, Telecel, MT, Safaricom, Vodacom, and Airtel, financial institutions, commercial banks, development banks, regulatory bodies, telecom regulators, central banks, national security agencies, trade associations, governments, hold pivotal roles in this ecosystem. Above all, we need a political will of African leaders and the courage and commitment of our central bank governors to make cross-border interoperability happen.
Today's gathering marks a significant milestone in advancing the discussions on payment interoperability across the African continent. This symposium serves as a launchpad, catapulting us towards the realization of the digital protocols of the African Continental Free Trade Area, which aims to transform intra-African trade. In the long run, the initiative to scale up cross-border interoperability would require cooperation, establishment of a transparent, secure, and trusted digital trade ecosystem, and promotion of digital inclusion for underrepresented groups and micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises in the African Union member states. Ladies and gentlemen, at the last African Prosperity Dialogue in January this year, I aligned this initiative with the broader objective of the AFCFTA, that is to increase intra-African trade from 15% in 2019 to 50% by 2045, and to create a single continental market for goods and services with a combined annual output of approximately $2.5 trillion across member states of the Union. Against this background, the need for a robust framework that enables seamless cross-border payment in Africa has remained central to most recent policy development and financial inclusion discussions. This underscores the enormous constraint faced on the continent and the quest for concrete actions to promote cross-border payment systems to achieve our shared aspirations. Indeed, the recently held 3i Africa Summit in Africa reaffirmed the consensus among market participants and policymakers to work towards the achievement of seamless cross-border payments in Africa. However, the summit also highlighted a significant gap between market expectations and current policy frameworks, and emphasized the need for concrete and concerted efforts towards eliminating these misalignments. Africa has made giant strides in fintech development and regulation, particularly with its leadership role in mobile money technology space. Therefore, the concept of interoperable mobile money system holds an enormous potential towards the establishment of a comprehensive cross-border payment interoperability in the short, medium term. An efficient cross-border payment interoperability system can deliver seamless payments across African countries, as well as provide extensive inclusivity in expanding access to payments and financial services for the youth, vulnerable groups, and striving entrepreneurs. This notwithstanding, achieving cross-border interoperable mobile money systems would require harmonized regulatory frameworks, consistent technical standards, and robust infrastructure. In addition, strong public-private partnerships involving mobile network operators, financial institutions, fintechs, and regulators would address technical challenges and ensure regulatory compliance.